our 4th episode of Bean Chisme. We're so excited to be here with you today after the holidays.
I know.
Thanksgiving.
So
did you do anything?
Of course, girl. You know I got a big old Mexican family, so I was all over the place and did a little shopping.
Did you? Oh, that's right. You got some really cool Black Friday deals. Didn't
Yes,
you?
I had to.
Tell me about them, girl. I want to hear.
Oh, Black Friday? Okay, so it just so happened that I hate the whole Black Friday rush out on Thanksgiving deal, but it just so happened this year that Toys R Us had everything I needed for my daughter, and so I went with my best friend. We were literally in and out of Toys R Us at 5 o'clock in 30 minutes, and I got everything I needed.
For like how much?
$75.
You know, and that's the thing.
Boom.
It's weird because
Boom.
like I don't want to be like part of that whole culture of like,
Right.
oh, it's Black Friday, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna shop. But I have a 14-year-old son, Elijah, and he loves American Eagle. And as y'all know, American Eagle is expensive as hell. And so we went on Black Friday. Believe it or not, we tried to go to the shops at La Cantera around 3 o'clock. There was no parking, like literally no parking.
At 3 o'clock on
At 3.
Thanksgiving?
Oh, well,
That's
the day after on Friday.
Oh,
There
Black Friday.
Yeah,
Duh.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
And so then we went back later, but I got him like $150 worth of clothing that would have cost me $420.
Yeah, that's worth it.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Totally
New
worth.
pants, new sweatshirts, new everything. And speaking of new things,
Yay! We got a little. My eyebrow. Oh, that's right. So take a look at my eyebrows, y'all. Take a look.
I think they look great.
I got something new, and I got a pair of eyebrows.
I got a pair. So last year, funny enough, Tara, if you're watching, what is it, Brow Rituals by Tara Lee.
Yes.
She's the one last year that hooked me up. I went in because, and I should have sent my pictures. I had, you knew, she knew the struggle, like little to no eyebrows. And it was horrible. I hated every single day having to get up, having to do my damn eyebrows all day. And then one day they look real good. The next day it's like they look terrible. And so I went to see Tara, and I had my eyebrows microbladed last year around Thanksgiving. So Sam went this year, and I think they look fabulous.
Thank you. Well, I was so inspired by Nina's transformation of her eyebrows. As many of you know, women especially, the eyebrow ritual in the morning of just like trying to figure it out. And I'm not a big makeup person as far as I don't feel like I do it very well. I just do it and roll with it, especially in the morning. And so Tara did a great job, and we're going to pull up some pictures for you. At first, it was like
some before
super
and afters.
scary. Oh, wait.
There it is.
All right. Okay, so at first, if you look at day one, I was freaked out. I was like, what the hell? I look like a vampire. Like, what is this? What's happening?
And you can't tell here, but like on day one, like your eyes, like you just have, or on your eyebrows, just a ton of Vaseline too, right?
Yeah,
like
you
it's just
have to.
all over, just ointment. It's crazy.
It's a tattoo, so they literally tattoo little hair, slices in your eyebrow. But
and it hurts, right? People have asked, they're like, does it hurt? But you and I both have high pain tolerance. So.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of, I should have put that disclaimer out there on my video. I have a high tolerance for pain. So for me, I'm like, cool. You're scraping me up. And for some people, they're like, oh
they freak
my
out
God,
and
that's
cry,
disgusting.
And it's painful.
But, I mean, they put numbing cream, and if you don't like to get waxed, or if you don't like to have your face threaded or anything like that, don't do it.
And what was really cool for me is, and I think you'll maybe see this in the summer, is my boys love to go swimming. And I hated it because I'd get up in the morning and do my eyebrows, and I don't want to go swimming at lunchtime, like my shit's going to fall off my face. I'm like, go in the pool with eyebrows, come out without eyebrows. I'm like, I don't want
where'd they go?
What happened to your eyebrows, girl? So it was really nice, like this summer, I didn't have to worry about it. I could go swimming and come out with eyebrows still.
Yes.
So
and hers were bomb, so I was inspired. I was like, if she could do what she did for Nina, she could do that for me. So Brow Rituals by Tara, go look it up.
Yes. Now, for any of you guys that missed Black Friday, we actually have a couple of giveaways today. And the first giveaway we have for you guys is a $60 gift card to Walmart. Woo! Do you know what you can buy for $60 at Walmart?
Oh, yeah. Look at that right there on the screen.
Crazy.
And
hold on. Is it 50 or 60?
It's 60.
It is 60.
And we had to decide on this.
Our bad guys.
Well, Nina was like, Target. And I was like, I love Target and all, but you can't get shit at Target with no $60, okay? You'll get 1-2 things, and that's it.
Target has
maybe some gum,
expensive.
but that's it.
Weird.
Target, it's too bougie for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Target. But this is going to take you a long way, especially if you're in need this holiday season.
Exactly. So if you want to win this $60 gift card, I know it says 50, but again, $60 gift card to Walmart, hashtag I love Walmart on the comments, and we're going to choose a winner at the end of the show. $60 make you holler during the holiday season. Holiday season.
Oh!
Something's there. We'll figure it out.
Holiday.
We'll figure it out. And
So let me show y'all my shirt.
How can we get your shirt all up in the, how can we do
it?
We need to see her shirt.
I don't want to fall off this.
No, here, I'll hold your chair. I'll hold it.
It's not, okay.
Can you just stand? There you go. Okay, you can see it there.
It says conchina.
Conchina.
I hope y'all like that. Shout out to Barbacoa. There you go. Hey, girl. To play on the concha.
Freaking
but
hilarious.
She's a conchina.
She's a conchina.
I love it.
Nina la conchina.
Barbacoa Apparel. Love them. If you guys haven't heard of them, go look them up. Barbacoa
awesome.
Apparel. Go to their page. I am giving away one of these.
One conchina
you
shirt.
could be a conchina like us. Duh. Hashtag Barbacoa Apparel on the feed. And we're going to pick a winner and announce at the end of the night.
And you can hashtag Conchina also if you want to win. So hashtag Conchina. How about both? Hashtag Conchina and hashtag Barbacoa Apparel.
There you go.
There you go. And go follow them too.
Y'all need to be sharing. I'm going to say this right now.
That's true.
Share. That is what makes this world of web shows go around. We really appreciate the support and we love you guys. Share it right now if you're watching. And if you're watching it after the fact that it's live, then share.
Yeah, please. Because they can go on after and watch us, which is very cool.
Yes.
Now, another really cool thing going on. Now, while this is not, I'm going to repeat, this is not a Bean Chisme giveaway. This is a sweepstakes that's currently going on. Do we have any Final Four fans out there watching? Comment below if you're a Final Four fan because there is an awesome sweepstakes going on. You want to tell them about it, Sam?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of complicated. So the Final Four is coming to San Antonio, and if many of you don't know what the Final Four is, it's a huge deal for the NCAA. They have chosen San Antonio to host the 2018 Final Four games, where it's like it goes from 64 to 4 teams right here in San Antonio. This is an international big deal, and it's going to be right here in this city. So there was a sweepstakes going on, y'all, to win.
And it's a big sweepstakes. So not only can you go to the, what is it, it's finalfoursanantonio.com/onlyinsa. We have it up there. You win 4 tickets to the semifinals, 4 tickets to the championship game, and also a 4-night stay downtown San Antonio. So it really is a wicked prize for those of you that want to go to the Final Four game. You don't want to just go to 1, but you want to go to 2 and get hooked up to stay downtown. So again, a great sweepstakes going on. But I'm going to repeat, we're just announcing this.
Don't be showing up to my office. Where can I get some tickets? I want to see how I can win. Girl.
I heard you had tickets. Can I have my tickets?
This happens all the time to us because we do a lot of giveaways. And they'll show up. And I'm like, excuse me, no.
Yeah.
Here's the link.
Yes.
Follow the directions.
Exactly. So the sweepstakes. So this again, separate sweepstakes. Visit that website. Check it out if you want to win.
Yes, and just FYI, follow that website. Follow Final Four San Antonio anyway. Besides the sweepstakes, you want to stay on top of what's happening because you're going to be doing giveaways until March.
Until forever, ever. And then there's a deadline though, right, to enter into the...
December the 11th.
December
is
11th.
The deadline for entering into the sweepstakes.
Now what I want to do really quickly, I got my phone, Miss Samantha. We already have 85 comments, and now I'm going to be able to hear myself on here. This is so weird. So we want to give a shout out to people who are watching. We got, Miranda Jones.
Hey, girl.
See who we got in here. Roland Torres. Oh, Natalie, your sister's watching.
Kayla Campos, Benjamin, Paz, Paula, Susan. Hey, girl.
Hey. Yay. Chris Haley, of course. Always watch him. Awesome. But yes, like Samantha said, you guys, you want to go on. You want to please share this video because, again, the more shares we get, the better. And we love shares.
Spread the love, people. Spread the love.
So now, today we had announced that we were going to talk about 2 subjects that Samantha and I feel that, I don't know, a lot of people don't talk about it because they're sensitive subjects, but we want you guys to chime in. We're talking about entitled kids today, and they are out there. And we're talking baby daddy drama.
We're going to give you the scoop.
Oh, we're going to give you some
on the baby
scoops.
daddies.
On baby
daddies.
daddies.
Want to know scoop. That's why we call it Bean Chisme, right?
Exactly. So first things first. All right. Entitled kids. This is a big one, a.k.a. asshole kids.
Yes.
They exist. It's a thing.
They're everywhere. They're running rampant.
Right. And we all know, like, both Sam and I were both mamas. And as parents, we get it. We struggle, right?
Yeah,
we struggle. Are we back? Okay. I don't know if we were ever off. If not, hey, the joy of life.
Okay, asshole kids.
Yes. Okay, asshole kids. So right. So as parents, we're all gonna struggle. That's just the name of the game. We're all gonna face challenges. We're all gonna want to beat the shit out of our kids at some point too. And I'm just saying
perfect.
that exactly.
And look, we're not here to judge you. We're not here to say you're a bad mom, you're a bad dad by any means. Right. We all have our own survival mechanisms.
Yeah.
But this is just some suggestions of not raising asshole kids.
Right. And some of you out there may be thinking like, well, what do you classify as an asshole kid? And I'll tell you just a couple of things that I see as a parent and what I have done with my kids to help combat that. So I used to wait tables, right? Like years ago. Loved waiting tables. It's a great way to meet people. I cannot stand when parents don't teach their kids proper etiquette when you're eating out at a restaurant. Your kids should not be throwing the sugar packets everywhere. They shouldn't be picking up the salt and pepper and throwing it everywhere. They shouldn't be throwing their fries everywhere. Ketchup shouldn't be on the... I mean, if they're a baby, okay, I get it. But when you have kids that are already like 4 years old, 5, 6, and if they still have that kind of behavior, that shit needs to stop. Because what happens is, that will just continue to run into the rest of your life. It'll follow you at home. All of a sudden, you have kids that don't clean up their rooms. They talk back to you. They don't want to listen. And it can create a spiral if you don't put your foot down when you're supposed to put your foot down. And that one really irks me. So like my kids the moment we stepped into a restaurant, I taught them proper restaurant etiquette because I knew what it was like to be a waitress and have just kids that are just, parents don't even care and their kids are just making a mess that we have to clean up. It's just not right.
And I think that's great advice. And I'm like a big time Mexican mom, and so I just put the fear of God in her. And so my style is super ratchet, whatever y'all want to say. But if we're in a restaurant or at HEB and she's acting a fool, I'm like, you know what? Let's gonna call the police. We're calling the police. Mr. Manager, can you come on? And I will get the HEB manager and I will tell him to get his ass over here. Can you tell her that we're going to put her ass in jail? And you should see the fear in this child's eyes. So luckily I'm very blessed with a sweet little girl. I love you, Ava Grace. But it doesn't take much. Like I've never had to spank her all crazy or whoop her butt or anything like that because I just put the fear in her, you know? But
and
again,
stick with
I've done that from the
too.
very, very beginning, you know what? And then there's no like if 3, 2, 1. It's just like, no, we're gone. We're leaving. And then we're leaving.
I see.
And so now she gets embarrassed and scared because she knows that I don't play. We don't play. So,
and like another thing too, like aside from behavior, the other thing that I feel that parents need to teach their children, and again, these are things that I'm learning too. I'm not perfect. Sam isn't perfect, but man, teaching the kid of the value of $1. I've already seen some Christmas lists on Facebook of what some children are asking for, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, mind you, really they're forgetting the whole spirit of the season, the whole reason for the season, right? But no, and I agree. And I have friends, and I have personal friends who are like, oh my God, how am I supposed to get the iPad and I'm going to get the bike and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Why are you doing
Can
that?
I be your kid?
Right? Like, why are you putting this pressure on yourself to make your child so happy with material things? And she's like, well, it's because I feel guilty and I feel bad. And I'm like, girl, don't bring your childhood issues into it and repeat history. Because what you're going to do is hook them up with these crazy expectations. And what happens when they're 19, 18, graduating? They don't know what to do for shit. Exactly. They don't know what to do with their lives.
And a lot of them end up like depressed. They get severely depressed when they move out. So many of them.
Suicide, depression is huge right now.
And we're seeing it like even in young kids that are like in high school that, again, they were just given everything and never had to really learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. And we're also living in a world where we tell our kids like, you can be the next president. Chances are slim. I'm just going to say it.
Everybody gets a ribbon. Yeah. No, you know what? When I was little, if you didn't win, too damn bad. Guess what? Today's a bad day, but you're going to learn from this situation. Right. Let's bring that back. That's all we're saying.
And another thing, too, I've also, I've taken my boys out to playgrounds before, and I hate when I see other kids picking on other kids, and you just see the parents chilling, not doing anything about it. That's how bullies are raised. That's how they start. Like, if you see your children acting out in public, I know it may be embarrassing as a parent to go discipline your child there in public at a playground, but you need to, because bullying is another really big issue. We have a lot of asshole kids that are starting to bully
out there
at really young ages, and so that's another thing too that I feel it needs to stop. And there are some things that again, I think a lot of things go back to parenting. I really do. I think a lot starts at home.
It does. And you know what, Nina, I admire you for this because she has a really good way of giving her children, and I've noticed this about her, gifts and the way that they handle Christmas. Because I've asked her, especially when my daughter was born, I'm like, so how do you do gifts with the kids? And her little boys, okay, I'll give you credit for that, because I'm like, they're nice, kids. They're the sweetest, and they don't expect much, and they're very grateful. But it's because
I was raised like that too. And a lot of people think differently. You know, a lot of people think like, oh, your parents own a business, you must have had everything. Did I have everything growing up that I wanted? No, but I had everything that I needed. And that's the same with my boys. They have everything that they need. And I think a lot of that, too, was distinguishing. My mom used to tell me, Mijita, you do not need this. You want this. And I think also teaching the children the difference between what they need and what they want, even when it comes to Christmas, it can be a really good lesson, because then they know, oh, okay, what do I want? Well, I know I want to buy whatever here. So, okay, an iTunes gift card. So, I don't know, something maybe a little bit different to just have them think on a different level versus, well, I want this and I want that and I want this. And then, like you said, the expectation of it. And then they grow up and realize life just isn't that easy. It's just not the case.
And she does a good job of taking them. She has them do community service. I just started doing that with my daughter. She's 4, so now I'm finally getting her to do that.
Yeah, and speaking of community service, that's the other thing. Like, you know, if you need any ideas on, well, how can I teach my kid the value of $1, or how can I teach them that they're blessed with what they have? You know, even if it's minimal, like we're all blessed in one way or another. And so I think 1, keeping your kids on a budget, right? And 2, like she said, volunteering. I've taken my boys out to the Salvation Army for their shoe event that they have, and I remember my 9-year-old, he was just freaking out that there were kids here that didn't have shoes. Yeah. Like, it was really eye-opening for him to see people in line, family after family with kids that literally don't have a pair of shoes to wear to school. When you show your child that kind of environment, I think it really helps. Or like expose you said too,
expose them.
Right. You even mentioned the other day,
we're going to drive around the hood where we don't. I'm going to show you.
Take them to a homeless shelter.
They're not getting no presents, and look at all the presents that you have. You know, just. You know, you guys know what we're talking about.
Exactly. And then also, again, we said this earlier, but sticking to your guns. When you say no, the answer is no.
And they'll be fine.
Yep, and they'll be fine. Even if they did something in the morning and you're like, you know what, we were going to do this later, but not anymore. And then even if the rest of the day in the afternoon they're good, you stick to your guns. You still say, no, I'm sorry. I know you've been a great child the rest of this day, but this morning, this was the issue, and I said we weren't going to go to XYZ, so we're not going. You just have to stick to your guns. Yeah. That's a big one.
And you know what the crazy thing about all this is that how many of you guys remember the toys you got for Christmas? I don't remember. I do remember some good ones, because my mom got me that big old kitchen that you play in. I remember that was a big deal. No, yeah, but it was like the whole kitchen. I was like, oh, shoot. But,
like a mini kitchen?
Yeah. But, I mean, how many of you guys really remember all the gifts from every year? You know, and you know what they don't forget? When you built gingerbread houses with them, when you took them to go see Santa, when you took them to go see the lights, when you did the Christmas tree decorating, that's the stuff they remember.
Yeah, exactly. All the fun stuff that you get to do as a collective. And the other thing also is, we talked about this earlier, but you guys, you've got to let your kids fail. You have to let them fail. I think that's another big thing that I've seen parents like shelter their children from certain events or certain things. It's like, oh, what if they don't win? You know what? It's good if they don't win. Yeah. If your child learns failure early on, they'll be, I highly believe that later on in life, they'll learn a lot. And for me, a prime example, well, I don't want to say a prime example, but my son Elijah, he's one of those. Like, he likes to try for things. And I've seen him, I don't want to use the word fail, but for example, this year, he's at Fox Tech and he ran for freshman class president, and I thought that was really cool. And did he get it? He did not win, but he went for it, and he continues to always push himself. I remember he tried out for the talent show. I think it was like in the 6th grade at his school. Didn't get in.
Oh my God, I would have cried.
6th grade, I was like, oh, I felt so terrible.
How do you not get in the talent show?
Exactly. And I remember initially I was kind of upset at the school.
You were like, let me go talk.
Yeah.
Hold up.
He needs to be in this talent show.
Let me go talk to that principal.
But he was able to, again, he's had these little moments of failure, but I think that has set him up to where he knows, like, all right, I really am not going to get everything that I want in life. And so I do need to try harder. Yeah. I do need to put myself out there. I do need to try more. Because the chances are, you know, you're going to fail the first 5 times you try something anyway.
Exactly.
So just let your kids know that failure is going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just name of the game. It's the way it goes.
And we want to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
If you guys, we want all your feedback. Comment right now. How do you feel about this? What are your suggestions on not raising asshole kids? Do you have these problems? What do you think? Always give us some feedback. Comments.
Yes. And now moving on to our next topic, which I also think is a great talk. You're like, I can put my sheet down for this. Baby daddies.
Ooh, wait.
Baby daddies. All right, so I'm going to call out San Antonio, but it's funny. But come on, women. A lot of us have baby daddies. And before we
baby
get
daddy
this started,
or baby daddies?
Right, so exactly. So Samantha, you have...
I have one.
She has one baby daddy, and I actually have two baby daddies. And it's crazy because a lot of people are like, what? I know. I got two baby daddies. Like I said in the promo, puro sananto, right? I'm holding on to the name. But we both have very different relationships as far as what we've experienced, with
how we handle it,
all that stuff. And so what's crazy is Sam and I, as we were talking about this whole baby daddy thing, we had other questions that came up, right? Because like one, you always hear the word deadbeat dad, right? I've always heard deadbeat dad, deadbeat dad. But we never hear deadbeat moms. And I feel like a lot of times, too, even though we are going to talk about our baby daddies, I do feel like a lot of times the men are the ones that are more attacked than the females. I mean, at least that's what you see.
Yeah. And we all know there's a hood rat out there who don't want to take care of her kids. There's a girl out there who doesn't give a damn about her kids. There's a lot of deadbeat moms. So,
right.
So we're not saying that there aren't. We just happen to have baby daddies.
Exactly. But one thing that Sam and I think, and we both agree on this, which is why we wanted to talk about this, is I have a lot of friends, unfortunately, that when it comes to baby daddy drama, it's all about them and their baby daddy, and they forget about that child.
Yeah.
They forget that the way they're arguing, the shit that they're pulling, that's not, you think it's affecting you. You think you're all sad because your boy didn't want you or your mama didn't want whatever. That child is the one that will be affected in the long term. That child is the one that's going to grow up with memories of mom and dad just constantly fighting and not able to get their shit together because of their own hang-ups.
Yeah.
And that really frustrates me because not only was I able to overcome it once, but twice. And it's hard. You have to swallow a lot as a parent, sometimes as a mother, because you need, I believe that every child needs their daddy. If there's a chance for the father to be present and
let them.
Child, you have to let them.
As much as you hate that fool.
Exactly. They cheated on you.
They
did
could be the
whatever.
worst person in the world when it comes to his personality. He could be a loser. He could be this. He could be that. But that's the child's dad. And so you can't change it.
Yeah,
and they don't know that. The little kids don't know all the drama. They just know
idea.
that that's their dad.
Exactly.
So.
And I feel that, again, a lot of times people get just so caught up in that. They get so caught up in, like, oh, well, you did this to me, so guess what? I'm going to hold, I'm going to hold your kids this week.
He's doing that, and you don't even know how they are. It's like, I get it, but think about the kid.
Exactly.
Don't make it about them. But,
always think about the kid.
But I want to get into, who are your baby daddies? So, and how did you get two baby daddies? Were you married? Were you not married? I know all this, but I just want y'all to know.
Okay, she not tell me that. All right, so I got pregnant when I was 20 years old, right? So I'm 36 now. I got pregnant with Elijah when I was 30 years old by, I'm going to call my baby daddies Bert and Ernie. There you go, Bert and Ernie. Right? That's perfect. I don't want to say their names. Some of you out there watching may know them. But
Juan y Pablo.
Exactly. So we'll start out with Bert, right? So Bert and I
short story
met randomly, and I got pregnant at the age of 20.
Were y'all dating?
Elijah was 21. Briefly. Again, it was crazy. Not only had we just started dating, but I had just broken off an engagement with someone else. So it was a really weird.
Scandaloso.
My parents didn't even meet Bert until after I was pregnant.
So you had to go to Mr. and Mrs. Duran and be like, so.
Daddy was very disappointed. I will be honest. He was really disappointed when all of this happened, and it was really hard, but I get it. I get it. And so, it was crazy though, because that first year we had to figure out a lot of things. We had to figure out who we were. We were both young. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, no way.
And the one thing that I knew was that I was not going to do it on my own. And I knew that my child needed a father. So with Elijah, with my first son, from at the time he was maybe 9 months old, we went on 7 days off, 7 days on. Okay. So I would have Elijah Monday to Monday, and then Bert would pick up Elijah on Monday, have him Monday to Monday. Because I just felt, and again, this is just me, but I felt like, what? You get to just take this kid on the weekend and I got to put up with him like every other day?
Here you go.
For the red light. This is not going to happen. Like, you are going to be just as much as an equal parent as I'm going to be. This is not going to fall on me.
Totally different than me. But
it was really really difficult to do. And then fast forward to Ernie. I was actually married, and we had a baby, and then it didn't work out. And so with him too, I knew because of the first that it was all about the kid. It was all about, now it was all about Noah. And it was 6 years later, so it was later in life. But we have such a great relationship together.
I love it.
All of us do.
She got lucky with her baby daddies because she's like, hey, okay, cool, all right, cool. I'm like, dang, like y'all BFFs, like one big happy family. And that's
pretty crazy.
I'm not talking about her life. Her boyfriend Chris is also really cool with both of her baby dads. So she got lucky because there's a lot of peace,
crazy lucky,
with all her kids in the situation. And so I think that's very admirable. It says a lot about her because that means that she's not drama. Because we can get all wild and crazy with this situation. So it says a lot about Nina that she's able to like keep the peace with all the relationships.
And again, it's difficult, and there was a lot that I had to take a step back for. Could I have been high drama mama? She bet your ass I could, but I knew that wasn't best
for the kid. Exactly.
The kids. And so what is cool is, like you said, we've been to, like Elijah and Noah have both been in sports, and we have been in situations where Bert, Ernie, and Chris are all there.
Wait, do Bert and Ernie have wives, or what's like their situation?
So Bert is remarried, and she is absolutely amazing, and she knows that I love her. And that was the other thing too, is like when your ex-partner starts to date, you have to be okay with that. You've got to be okay with it because things move on. That can't be another reason why you harbor your kid because your person started dating again. Don't do that. So he's remarried, and again, she is a lovely person. I'm blessed to have her in Elijah's life, and so it's great. But again, a lot of it was restrained on those moments, especially when I knew like giving my baby over, I'm like, oh my God, just like keep it alive, please, because sometimes that's your initial thing. just come back, keep him alive for 7 days, But now we're at a point to where it works. It works, and I've literally had, if any baby daddy drama, it's been minimal, but it's been because I've been able to just focus my energy on the kids.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and tell you my story. My situation is different. Where do I start? Well, let me give you the short story. The short story is we were dating for a couple years, and it was like, hey, I'm breaking up with you. I never want to see you again. Don't call me. Erase my number. And then 30 days later, I'm pregnant. Boo! 30
days after the breakup?
Yeah, it was like about a month. And I was like, why? It was heartbreaking for me. It was heartbreaking. The whole situation was horrible. And I'm not that I didn't want to ever be a mother. I dreamed of being a mother my whole life. I just didn't want it that way with him in that situation. I was like, oh shit, man, I'm stuck with this fool for 18 years. Like, oh no, ma'am. So again, it took a lot of restraint in me to like hold back for the kid. And I was the same. I was like, I'm not going to do this alone. I could easily be like, I don't want to talk to you. We're just having a kid together. Like, go away. But we did try to work it out. Couldn't work it out. Because we were like the worst people when we were together. But he brought the worst out of me. I brought the worst out in him. And I was like, you know what? I am not going to raise this child in a violent, crazy household. Because we would be violent with each other. Not abusive, but we would throw things. It was just, I was like another person. And a lot of people will stay in that for the kid. And it's not healthy for the kid. When she was 3 months old, we separated. And that was the best decision I could have ever made. It was one of the hardest because like you're breaking up your family. You're just
changing your household.
You're being a single mom, doing it all by yourself. And it was the best decision I could have ever made because now my daughter has no idea what it's like for us to be a unit. So she just knows that, and he's in her life, and he pays child support, so that's a good news. Well, that was another story, but we got there. It wasn't always like that, but we got there. And
that's the one thing that I noticed with Samantha is that because we've been in each other's lives for so long now, and I've seen kind of like the ups and downs that she's had with her baby daddy, but you always work it out. Like you always communicate with him. I've never seen her like shut him off. Like you've always given him opportunity and chance. And I think that's another big thing because oftentimes we don't do that. We just want to like, sorry, bye Felicia. And that's just not right.
But the only reason I do is because he loves our daughter. I see the love he has. I see how he is with her. And when her eyes just light up when she sees her dad every other weekend.
And that's how it should
I can't even tell her. I don't tell her he's coming until like an hour before because if not, she's by the window. Like, is he daddy? And he's going to take me to Chuck E. Cheese. So she gets all excited. I'm like, okay. And now she can speak for herself. She's 4. And so, I grill her when she comes home. I'm like, let me check your back. Okay, what'd y'all do? And where'd y'all go? And what'd you eat? Did you go poo-poo? I'm like, but you know what? I trust him.
That's just being mama, though.
I trust him now. And there's FaceTime. Like, I call him FaceTime or ask him, can I FaceTime real quick if I need to see her, if I feel the need. But you move on, and it gets easier. But you got to get to that point where there's peace on both. Get over it, and then that's, do what you got to do. Because it's
leave
your comments.
It's all about the kid. Yeah, let's go
tell
ahead.
Us, men, tell us.
Let's see.
Do you think
we
it's
got
fair?
Commenting
Is it
on
not
here.
fair? Let's look at this.
I'm going to try to get it up. I feel bad because I can hear us talking, and I don't know how to take that off. I don't want to hear us talking. Oh, wait. Maybe if I lower the audio, that would help. All right. Let's see here. Bean and
what
Chisme.
Y'all talking about?
People, what are y'all saying? Think? We'll have to... 157 comments.
Woo,
Let's see. Strong mother roles. I love how honest y'all are.
Co-parenting can work.
Yeah.
Not always easy, but doable when it's about the kiddos. Melissa Adame. Yes, girl. Good example.
Roland Torres says, I'm cool with my stepson's dad. My little one is 2. Me and my girl have been together 5 years. It's all about showing the kids that you can get along and being about them. # be positive. That's exactly it. Let's see. Great quote. Amen to that. Blessed. Oh, people are so sweet here. Hold on. I'm trying to scroll to see. How do I see more comments?
Nicole.
But how do I see more?
Yvette Diaz, amen to that. There's a Nicole. Strong mother roles.
Strong mother roles.
I love how honest you are. Thanks,
Maybe
Nicole.
if I go here.
But
again,
cool.
we got to figure out. This is cool. Thank you guys so much for chiming in. And the other thing, too, is if there's something that we didn't mention, like maybe there's a tactic that you've used with your baby mama or your baby daddy that we could share with others, let us know. Because, again, we don't have all the tools in the box. We just know what has worked for us. I know what's worked for me. Sam knows what works for her. And again, we see you guys out there, not everyone, but we see people that struggle with baby daddy or baby mama drama. And
in
one
court,
thing,
it's awful. It's awful.
It's
I mean, I went to court one time for the whole child support thing, and it's awful.
It's terrible.
Just give me a Xanax. Give me some tequila. Like, I don't want to be here, and I can't believe we're even talking about this.
And I'm sure Samantha would agree. When you work to have a relationship with a baby daddy or a baby mama, when you really put effort, because I'll tell you what, it takes just as much effort to make it not work that it does to make it work. And so when you make it, when you want to make it work,
truth.
Yeah, when you do that, you yourself also feel less stressed. You feel a lot less stressed. You feel happier. And I'm sure you can agree with that, just as an individual, knowing that you can trust your child, like you said, to go with their dad or to go with their mom, and knowing that everything is okay with you and your partner or ex-partner. It's a really great feeling to just kind of like be able to drop your shoulders, because drama... we ain't got time for drama. We ain't got time for that.
No, and something else I was going to mention is like, well, how do you feel about him moving on and dating people? And just,
that's a big one.
You know what? I'm going to give you a tip right now. You know what? How we were able to move on so quickly? We were not in each other's business. I didn't ask him who he was dating. I didn't ask him if he was dating. At first you're kind of hating each other. It's like, oh, you got a girlfriend already? Yeah, you would have a girlfriend. You're probably out there hoeing around. We didn't even do that. I was like, don't ask me, and I won't ask you. And we don't. But I did say, just have some respect if you're going to bring somebody around Ava.
Yes.
Then just let me know if it's that serious.
Yeah.
And he did. He actually recently told me. Only because my daughter's like, I'm going to give her name. Jessica this and Jessica that. I'm like, oh, really? Tell me about it. And what I did was, I was like, is she nice? She goes, yes. And I said, what is she like? She goes, she has Moana hair. I said, okay, good job. So when he came and dropped her off, I was like, so how's Jessica?
That's awesome.
And he was cool with it. It wasn't a big deal. But he had already kind of mentioned it. So I was like, okay, this is a good transition.
Yeah. Absolutely. And again, and I'm sure sometimes it feels awkward initially. Even if you've been apart for a really long time, it can still kind of like, oh, hey, but just go with the flow. Don't fight it, right?
Yeah.
Don't fight it.
For me, hold the tongue.
That's you in every situation,
oh my
girl.
gosh. I'm like, how's your broke ass doing? I used to be like that. And I'm like, don't do that. Just be like, hi, how are you? And then in the back of my head, I'm like, whatever, dude. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
But
go work out. Go hit a bag. Go do something, right?
Exactly.
Take that frustration out on something else. Let your kid.
And you know what? Something else that I keep in my mind too is I think Ava, she's a very sensitive, sweet little girl, and it would break her heart to see us fighting.
Oh yeah.
I think she would be like, traumatized almost to be like,
oh my God,
what is happening? And I do it for her.
Exactly.
I'm like, nope, we're not going to do that here.
So do it for the kids. It's not about you. It's about your child.
But let us know what you think.
Yeah,
give us the tips. All right.
Well, let's see here. So as you guys know, we love to tackle the hard subjects on Bean and Chisme. And if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, comment below. You can email us at beanandchisme.com. And let's see if we have some giveaways.
beanandchisme@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah, what did I say?
.com.
All right. Okay. So, winner of the Walmart gift card for $60 is
Benjamin Foss.
Benjamin Foss.
Congratulations,
Benjamin. Congratulations.
Hey, let me know what you do with that $60.
I know, right? And again, email us at beanandchisme@gmail.com to claim your gift card, Benjamin.
How long does he have?
Mr. Foss. He's got, what did we say, 48 hours? Yeah, 48 hours.
So if you don't want it, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll go shopping. 30-30, you'd be surprised to be able to get. And then the winner of the Conchina shirt
is Miranda Jones. Yay, Miranda. Super sweet girl. I know her.
Oh, awesome.
Love her. She can totally rock this shirt.
Yay, very cool.
Yes.
So again, Miranda, sounds like you know how to contact Sam. So
beanandchisme@gmail or just message me on.
That's right. Email us. And our next show is on December 13th. Woo! And it's going to be a really cool show because it's going to be our special Christmas edition. And who's going to be here, Samantha?
Santa! Santa! Are you like us, like Elf? Like Elf is like one of our favorite movies. So we freak out over Santa.
I love it. So Santa Claus is going to be in the house on December 13th, along with another special guest, and it's going to be a very special Christmas episode.
Yes,
so
December 13th.
That's right. I can't believe I'm going to say it. Episode 5.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Can I mention one thing?
Absolutely.
So a lot of people have been asking, how do I give back this holiday season?
Yes.
Or I always see you giving toys for kids and, donating. Follow our pages. Go to La Prensa, Facebook.com/La Prensa newspaper.
Yeah,
and
just type in La Prensa or My Prensa.
Facebook.com/Heartfire Media. Follow Nina, this Nina girl, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm the Sam Najera, the Sam Najera. Maybe we'll fix this a little bit. Facebook.com/the Sam Najera, and Instagram is the same.
Yes.
So we are very involved in the community. It's a big part of who we are, and both of our companies, our values. So if you need opportunity to give back, or you're looking for opportunities, or want to start a family tradition, start the family tradition of giving back, we can help you. So follow us.
Yeah.
And share. Share.
So we will see you guys on December 13th for our special Christmas episode with Santa. And thank you so much for tuning in today.
We'll see you next time on Bean and Chisme. I need music. Is the music on yet?
We went over our 30 minutes.